What's up? Web Live. Non-log reviewer. Interesting. I guess that's somebody just watching me. Ha! Keep eyes on me. The eyes on outside. The sun was blazing earlier. Now it's not. Today. Matter of fact, I'm gonna knock this noise out. Oh, I had to turn that noise off because you know what? I didn't want to stop my podcast. What's up, Nate? How you doing? Appreciate you for joining. Just threw everybody up in here. I wanted to find out what's going on with the jig making thing. When I say jig, I mean something that you can put a card in so you can make a template for something that we're doing. So last week we was doing, oh thank you, appreciate you too. Icy Chai, what up sis? You know the love is there, I'm going live, I told you, every Wednesday, no matter what. I'm using my engraver machine to show people the possibilities. I did the Pokemon cards, I did the glasses, I did the baseball things. I did all kinds of things to make everything light of what I'm officially trying to do. Start a little small business, make a little money. What's wrong with making a little money? Pay a couple bills. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate you. It costs nothing to tap the screen and go some hearts. You know, I appreciate y'all. So, oh wait a minute, I got a roll camera. You know what? I put that camera back over here where it belongs. Right where it belongs, on the machine. So this is my web setup. Right now, I want to show you a little bit of what I did earlier. The only reason I'm doing it like this is because earlier it formulates a lot of smoke and it's hot outside, so I had the AC blasted and I didn't want to mess up the flow of this particular meeting, which is the noise factor. Noise is a real thing. Just like hate. People be hating to come on this show. Fool on them. But like I was saying, I was making a jig. Last week we made the jig to make the professional business cards. And I did it live. What's up, Big Drew? Yeah, I'm working off everybody's name. Everybody's name that I see, I'm going to just throw their name out there like Big Drew. You know, that deserves a Big Drew. What's up, brother? We're going to be working on a jig. Now, I'm going to show you exactly what I did earlier because I said it created a lot of smoke. These are poker chips, right? I purchased a box of poker chips from the last flea market I did, right? And I didn't like that they were plain. So being that there's a lot of poker chips, I don't want to have to do this thing one at a time. Imagine poker chip, one at a time. These things takes too much time for me to be utilizing that space and time on Earth to be doing that. So now I'm going to grab a white poker chip and show, like, if you look at the big screen over, in fact it's over there now, and I'm going to show you the jig I created. Boom. Right here. You see these little things here? If you really look at it, these holes, let's highlight these holes. Matter of fact, I'm going to change the color on these holes. That's what I'm going to do. I know I can do that. Change the color to red. And we're going to change these colored holes to something else that we need to do with. We're going to change that to purple. And we're going to change, matter of fact, that's all we need to change. So this is what ended up happening. I took a piece of wood, which I'm going to show you right now. I had to take a second there to actually get up inside. I had it prepared, but I ended up using the one I had prepared. So I take one of these Baltic woods, right? I place it in the machine that you see right there on the top screen right there. Right there. And oh, appreciate Still Moments NYC. Represent. I appreciate you. Encourage more viewers to share. Please, anybody, it costs you nothing to share. Pedro Cora. Dope name. What's up, Pedro? I appreciate you for showing up. Right now, I'm going to show you how I took this piece of wood and created this jig that I can possibly use for poker chips. It fits perfectly in there. Boom. Boom. That's what I mean by jig. You can put it inside there, or I can also use it, I believe, I can also use it for the commemorative coins. Now, let me see. I actually have one right here. I did not test it out, so you're going to see this live. If this actually works, it'd be awesome. But if it doesn't, you know what? I'll create a separate jig for that. But these jigs was easy for me to create based on the method I'm about to show you. Blue Hearts. What's up? Blue Heart 75. And I did have another name up there. Popped up and disappeared. So, this is a commemorative coin that I made for a client. It was amazing that the client, she's a very popular person I found out in our community. I made this for her grandparents. I took an old picture, and I took that old picture and I put it on a commemorative coin. This is made of, I want to say zinc. It's a metal. So this metal, I created a design and a picture on it. Now I put this picture on it with the idea that it can be something that you can put in your pocket. It actually has a plastic cover, and with the plastic cover, it can protect the coin. So you know how people back in the day, oh, Salsa Godfather, what's up, what's up? PR, Puerto Rico, hey, yo, that's what I'm talking about, represent. So, yeah, for these coins, these are things that I know for a fact that you can put in your pocket. Like back in my day, you had, with my kids, I put a coin, a special dime. What's up, Nate? Join. Yo, I'm going to keep on shouting. If you don't like me shouting people's names out, that's one thing I do. You know why? Because I respect them for coming in. Velma Green. What's up? Velma Green 6. Like I said, for everybody, I shout people's names out because I don't get a lot of times where I go on places, they don't shout my name out. I want to show you that little person, that personal part of me. I want to share with you. Santiago 40. What's up? What's up? Vacaron. What's up? What's up? Like I said, for all these things that I do, this one was the most special to me. It took me an hour to figure out the settings for this because I was used to just doing pictures that was preset in my computer. And even those pieces that were preset in my computer, the client came to me with their own picture. And I was like, you know what? That's what I'm talking about. If you can do that, you know, let me see what I can do. It took me an hour to figure out the settings. The first setting said an hour and 1 minute. When I figured it out, I ended up being 4 minutes. I want to say, no, 1 minute and 1 second. 1 minute and 1 second. And these are kind of settings that got me to do this particular picture. It was amazing. And to find out, this jig I'm about to show you how to create, right here, it fits. There. So guess what? If I had to make a group of these for a group of people, I can place them in here. After they're done, push your finger in the middle, pop it out, and I'm done. DJ Big C Atlanta represent. So I got my peoples in Atlanta for my other clothing line. Still NY. You know, still NY is close to me because wherever I go, I'm still from New York. No matter where I go, wherever I stomp my feet, that's how we do it. Still in New York. So DJ Big C Atlanta, I respect that. Atlanta, show some love. I got my boy over there. He's doing his thing in the music business. He's doing some other stuff on the side. And I respect it for making the move from New York to there, because if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Atlanta's its own beast though. I was out there, it was dope. So like I said, for this thing right here, I'm showing you what it looks like, the ending result. I'm not going to make it on live, but I'm going to design it live. So me showing you, I rather, instead of giving you a fish, I'm gonna teach you how to fish. I learned online that there's a lot of jigs that you can copy and paste and throw in your settings and use, but out of the box, I created this. I would like to say at 3 o'clock. So from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock, I created it, and it was just basically using parts of my brain to figure out the things I needed to do. So we're gonna start. Look on the big screen over there. Ha! Gotta write this up. Look on the big screen over there. What's up, Al? Appreciate you for joining. You're gonna start with a new screen. With this new screen, when I have something called a slider. So when I have a slider, you gotta go to the settings up here and utilize the slider. See right here? Slide extension. That's for the jigs. That's for if you want to make something with multiples. And then right now, I'm also going to take a picture of the bed so you can see what the bed looks like. I'm not putting the wood on it or anything. I'm just showing you the process that it takes. You can see what it does in order to get the picture that it takes. Being that's the case, you want to see something cool? Watch this. I'm going to put this here. I'm just going to, this is just for an example. You see that coin I put on the picture over here, right? Now, being that I put that coin there, what's up, Samuel? Being that I put that coin in. Oh, KK Rose, KK Rose, what's up, what's up? Love the names, love the names. I'm that bad B.I. Love it, love it. She showed me love, too. She sent me some lightning bolts. We got lightning bolts over here. Lightning bolts. Flow House, what's up, what's up? So, yeah, like I said, up in the top left-hand corner, you see the coin, right? I put it on the bed, but you don't see it over here. So when I press the camera button, you're going to see it on that big screen because it's taking pictures of the bed so it can position. So that's the specifics on this particular machine. This particular machine has it set up that way. Now you see how the coin's there now? That to me is awesome. Coin's there, and you can use this coin to figure out the size of anything. So if even when you put the coin there, matter of fact, I'm gonna put something else there. I'm gonna put the coin. I'm gonna put something that is square. What can I put that is square? You know what? There's so many things I can put on here. You know what? I'm gonna put my cell phone on there. You know what? Because if I wanted to make a jig for my cell phone to hold it in place, I can do that. So I'm just literally gonna take a picture. I just think it's kind of cool the process that they use. What's up, D Nice? Appreciate you for showing up. You and I'm that B and Nay Nay are loyal customers to my insanity. You see what I just did there? I love that it took the picture of it, right? So at this point, if you want to make something that I call a jig, all you have to do is go on here, go to shapes. So you can freestyle shapes, or you can do circle. Like me, what I did was do the circle. When I popped that circle was legit something that I can freestyle, right? That's this one. If you go further down, you got the circle that they come up with. So the circle that they have is for commemorative coins. So once you click this bad boy, boom, it's the exact size that you need.
It sounds like you're exploring the distinction between flexible drawing tools and
wow, we got the Gemini jumping on my phone. Gemini, get off my phone. Get off my jack, Gemini. Nothing against Gemini, but that's what it is. But you see how this outlooks the commemorative coin. You see how perfectly it fits over it? That's because it was made for that, right? That's appreciate you. Latoya, Miss Coles, what's up, what's up? Dennis Garcia, what's up, what's up? Appreciate you. I told you it's Skynet, I believe. See that AI, man. I didn't even say nothing. You should see, I put the phone over there and took a picture of my phone. Next thing you know, what happened? The dang old thing start talking to me. What's up, Lucas? What's up? Pretty sure that chick showed up for a pretty princess. What's up? So, like I was saying, for what I did here, I took that circle and made this circle around this, right? So once I got the circle, matter of fact, I'm gonna even do one better. Cause I'm gonna create it. I'm not gonna burn it for you, but I'm definitely gonna create it. Now we're gonna take another picture of it. You're gonna take another picture of it, and you're gonna see from start to finish how I created piece by piece on this. And if you're still on, that means that you're probably interested. This is the kind of stuff like, if you text me, I'm going to text back. If you need the assistance, I can assist you back. This is where I'm here to help. I'm always here to help. Maribel, appreciate you for showing up. Appreciate you for showing up. I'm showing people how to, I'm going to use the lack of the word for, I'm showing people how to fish. Right now, I'm taking a picture screen of the actual machine. I have a slide extension. That's how I create my jigs. And you see this picture of this is actually the board. Oh man, it's off center. I gotta take another picture. That is definitely off center. Boom and boom. You know what? Because I'm not doing no cutting, I can do that again. I want to make it decent for you. You know why? Because the more decent I make it, the better it is. And by the way, we're using basswood plywood, or you could use Baltic wood. Those are the two woods that I use all the time. My kids are bad. Love that name. Amazing names. This is what I'm talking about. It's all about community, man. I've always been about community, trying to help people out. Right now, I'm going to run this one more time because I want to get it where it's straight. Because it looks crooked on my screen. It's going to irk me. You see how I took this circle though right here, right? This circle right here represents the coin. So there's something called kelp, kerf. Kerf is the space when you cut something. If you cut something, it leaves a space. That space is called the kerf. That kerf actually creates the tightness of whatever you're doing. So if you want something tighter, you will go with a little bit smaller, or you can offset the kerf, meaning that you make it bigger, but you offset the kerf. Well, actually, I said that completely backwards. So if you want to, that's what I'm talking about. That's what she said. I love my people joking. We on the chat, we joking, we conversating. This is what I'm talking about. We got family here. I'm trying to build a platform where I can help, and you can help me build the platform by showing up and sending some texts, showing some love, sharing my stuff. Please share. I appreciate people for sharing. So like I said, for this, I created the circle. This circle I created, I know for a fact I can fit 9 of them on here comfortably. So I click here, then I right click, I hit copy, then I hit paste. Right? You put the 2 up there. You see what I did? I lined them together, right? Guess what? I'm gonna click both of them again, then press copy again. Then guess what I'm gonna pick? It's gonna be a hard one. Paste. I just made 4. And then when I line it up over here, you notice how all of them lined up in sequence? What am I gonna do? I'm gonna click again. And what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna click copy. Then I'm gonna click paste. And now I have all of these ones, right? And when I do like this, see how close I am? Then I'm gonna take this little guy right here off. Boom. Put one of them down here. Then I'll take this. Boom. Take that, move it over here. Take this, move it over here. And it's all about getting the best use out of your stuff too. So if you're not getting the best use out of what you're trying to create, obviously you're doing it wrong. So now I'm gonna click all of that. Now I'm not gonna click all of it. I'm just gonna click this part right here. Click here, hit copy, go over here, click paste, and now I didn't have to do each and every one. I just had to do enough to make it make sense. Boom. Click all these over here. Move this down. You see how the machine itself lines it up too. I think that's dope too that it lines it up. Now, everything is lined up. This is lined up in the middle. This is lined up on the side. Everything is sufficiently lined up. Once you have it right here, now if anybody's a neat freak, they probably say, well, what about this big metal piece right here? What I said, I'm not cutting today. Since I'm not cutting today, literally what I'm doing is taking this, and I can move it out the way right now and take more pictures. What's the sense of it? But you know what? I'm going to do that anyway, because I know somebody on here in the back of their mind saying, what are you talking about? You can't be doing that. I can do anything I want to do. It's my show. Love you. What's up? Carlos. What's up, Carlos? You my man, Pop. Alright, we're going to take this. We're going to do this. We're going to delete that. So everything else is off the board. I'm going to run the camera again. You know why I'm running the camera? Because I'm going to show you with that piece of metal that's not in my piece's way. If you want to run everything separate the way, like I said, I run it, you want to change the color. So see how now it's out the way? Because it took the picture. So now what I do is here, take this. I want to make this, let's make it black. I never see people use black. Boom, we're going to make it black. Because it shows out bold on the blue, on the wood, right? Now we're going to make the little holes that's going to go in here. Now for this one, we're going to go to the top one. You know the top one? The top one, the reason why I'm using the top one is because I can create that circle the way I want. Boom. I just did that, right? Move it into the middle. You see how it's in the middle? And we're going to repeat the same process. This is a 2-wood process. So I'm going to create both the 2 woods for you to make the process make sense. We're going to do copy. Matter of fact, I wonder if I could batch fill this. I'm trying this live with y'all. I'm going to see if I can batch fill it. You watch my live for 400 minutes, D-Nice? I appreciate you. That's what I'm talking about. That's why, man, I try to show love to people that show love to me. Alright, so what we're going to do is batch fill. So I already did a circle. Let's see if they fulfill the rest of the circles with the batch fill. This is me trying it live with you. So if it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm going to show you how I did it with the one I did. Ain't no one better. Yeah. I be getting some Jay-Z, Foxy Brown stuff up in my head, and you know I gotta just spur it out every once in a while. I really want to see if they create that one circle that I put in there on all of them. You know why I asked that? Because if it does that, that'll save me a little bit more time, which it obviously does not do that. But at least now we know. So since we know, we turn this off. You see this circle? You're gonna click, right click. We're gonna do copy. Me, I bring it on the outside. So what I'm doing is bring it on the outside, do copy and paste. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 of these, right? So I do this, I do paste. I put that one next to each other. You know, pretty much I'm just making the set of them. So I click it again, I do copy, and then I do paste. You want to hear something funny? Somebody asked me on one of my other settings, and they said, but why are you clicking copy and paste so many times? I said, because if you just put paste, 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 you're only doing one at a time. But if you do copy, it's like multiplying. So a man once told me, would you rather have $1 million or 5 cents that is times by itself for 365 days? I thought nothing of it, right? I'm just using this as a template. I'm not even, it's not a realistic number, but I can tell you where the number is going to come to. So the $1 million you get right now, that sounds great, right? But if you get 5 cents, that, oh no, they used it by minutes. So 5 cents times by 5 cents every minute. And it keeps on multiplying by 5 by itself for a whole 30 minutes. No, not the whole 30, whole month. Every minute for the whole month, you'll end up with over $1.5 million because it's the multiples you're doing. So you just keep on multiplying. I thought it was the craziest thing because the first person that see it, they see money. When they see money, it's like, yo, I need that 5 mil. But they don't know that if you take that 5 cents and multiply it within itself, take the 5 mil, multiply that by itself, it's 25. You take the 25 times 25, you multiply that by 25, and you keep on going and keep on going, keep on going. You'll end up with more money at the overhead outcome of it. I looked at this process the same way. The more you have, the more you can take and multiply. Sounds kind of crazy, but it's the crazy that I'm willing to deal with. So right now, somebody put something in the chat. I say, are you looking to do anything for the new He-Man movie? You know She-Ra is next. Of course She-Ra is next. I know for a fact I'm already working on the shirt for the He-Man movie. And I'll be working on the wooden tokens that I'm going to do for the kids. Probably give it away with the shirts. The parent buy the shirts because the parents are only going to know who He-Man is or She-Ra. But the kids are going to see a cool coin and like, oh my god. And I'll just give it to them if they buy the shirts. And people want instant gratification. Guess what? I can make the coins on the spot. Skeletor was the best villain in the 80s. He was gangster. He said what he mean what I say. Even though him and He-Man looked like they was cousins on the other side. Nobody peeped that. He looked like cousins, just a different color. Or old man He-Man. That's what he was. But let's get back to the project. I had to do that a little extra. We already 30 minutes in. I'm over here putting these circles in the middle, right? Once I place all the circles in the middle, now this thing actually guides you to put in the place in the middle of everyone. And as I'm doing it, it's guiding me to make sure it's in the right spot. Now let's say it was in the wrong spot. It's just a hole that you punch in order to make sure that you can get your coin out once you stick it in. So the piece that I showed you is 2 pieces of the Baltic wood. The only reason I'm using basswood plywood settings is because that's the only thing I had available this second. But those settings are pretty sufficient as long as you put them on cut. All this is just cut files. So you see what that looks like, right? So let me do this. I turned that to blue, right? So what I'm going to do is turn these little guys. Let me see where they at. Click over here. Click on here. Click on here. I'm going to click these little guys and make them a different color. You know why? Because we got to differentiate what we're doing. Let's make it a bright color. Not that color. Let's make it a red. So we're making those red. We're going to click them all and make them red. Boom. Make it red. I should have did it all while I had it on the outside, but now I'm restricted to do all of them like this. Oh, wait a minute. I can do it this way. Boom. 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 I'm going to do this fast for you guys so that I can get it over with. So the hard part with this is, what I would say is to differentiate what you're trying to do. Because, like, even though I'm doing this separately, this is 2 pieces of wood that I'm doing this for. That's why I differentiate the colors. If you don't differentiate the colors, you're going to end up getting caught out there and doing a double cut on the same piece of wood, which is going to leave you with bad results. Alright, boom, boom, and boom, boom. Now that we have 2 different colors, I want to say the software separates what has to be done. So if I do this, cuts back here, it puts ignore, boom. I want to put it back in bold. We're going to do cut files. The cut files they have, settings that they have for this Baltic wood is proper. It's 3mm wood, and it's 90 for power, 6 for speed, 1 pass, and that's it. It will cut it like a hot knife through butter. You want me to show you how I know? Because for everything that's black, this is what we were creating today, right? I still have the holes. These are the holes. If you don't believe me, they're going to fit directly in where they're supposed to fit. Now see if it fits perfect, right? How you gonna take it out? You stick it that hole through the back. So this is 2 pieces of wood, and this big piece of wood I cut twice. So that's the most important part I didn't tell you about doing. See this piece here? What I did was create a line right here. Like I use this, boom. I use this here, and see here, boom. I made this line. Wait, no. Matter of fact, it didn't even click on. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. There you go. Boom. Made this red line. See this red line? Is to cut the wood in half. So once we cut this wood, this big piece of wood, we cut it in half, and then we put everything that's in black on one, and then we put everything that's in red on the bottom half, and we line them up. And that's how I created this, where I can use it for commemorative coins, I can use it for poker chips. This piece of wood cost me 50 cents. The file for this cost $20. I just created the file online, and it cost me nothing using their own software. Remember how everything comes around in a circle? I said, if you teach a person to fish, they'll eat forever. But if you give them a fish, they eat one good meal that's for free, then they're going to starve to death. So this is me showing you how not to starve to death. Anybody have any questions on what I've done? Right now I look like I got 9,000 likes. If it's possible, I can make it to 10,000 likes. If you make it to 10,000 likes, I'll shut it down right now. I think this was a very successful web podcast / TikTok learning process education stuff. Still Moments NYC. I took some amazing pictures this weekend. And matter of fact, if we make it to 10,000, I might show you some of the pictures that I take. Because technically, this name that I use, Still Moments NYC, is for my photography stuff I do. I am a thriving photographer that hits these streets and take pictures. I was hired just to take some pictures of this lovely lady and this guy. It's a king and queen. I found out recently that they are amazing together, and since I found out they're amazing together, it looks like I did their photo shoot for their I'm not gonna say love yet because it's early, but their like, if that sounds dope. And I still didn't make it to 10,000 yet. Get me 10,000, I can show you some samples of what I'm gonna show them. Booyah! 10,000. People love me. I love people. Don't tell my wife. She don't like when I love too many people. I love myself. Yeah, I'm going a little crazy. I had one heck of a day. I'm a PA parent. I went to an event, and 2 of the parents started knuckling up. No, if you both right, no, if you. That's what was happening. I was like, yo, calm down, my nizzle. They were wilding out. You know what? I'm gonna actually grab the flash drive. If I show you with the flash drive, it'll be clean. It's gonna be off my edits. So I take the photography, I edit, but I don't edit too much of my work because guess what? I'm actually a good photographer, so I don't have to edit too much. But look at the pictures that I got out of this, right? This is her king. This is Shorty Wop's king. Look at that. Looks like an advertisement for something, right? Because that's what I do. Advertisement for something. Boom. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That look like love in the making. Not to say they in love or nothing, but what I'm saying is I captured the moment. Still Moments captured the moment. Now you're seeing something that my client is not going to see, but the only reason I'm showing you, because I like to do that sneak preview. That sneak preview shows me a lot of how y'all feel. How do y'all feel about what I'm showing you? I caught the moments that nobody else can see. You see that stack of hundreds? She had stacks of hundreds in there. She was talking about let it rain in this mode. He's like, yo, you see the bling blow? When I do a photography shoot, yes, I try to provide some custom pieces like that's, I want to say that's silver with rhinestone, but it could possibly be diamonds with that platinum. You never know. Rappers use the same kind of service to do this. This is why I say that. But you see how I caught that moment? I catch these moments to make them make sense. This is the last thing I'm going to show you, and I would like to close it out after this. But this is the last thing I'm going to show you, so look at what I did here. Talking about school events, I can do some school events. You see this? I'm not even finished editing this, and this is what I came up with, and I like that I could put this together with the photo grid and all that. So that was my little sneak preview, a little bit more of what I do when I do it. I appreciate everybody for showing up. What's up? What's up? What's up, Brogon? First time showing up. I appreciate you. So yes, if you've been viewing what I've been doing a lot, and I've been always trying to help out the community, whether it be photography, whether it be engraving, DTF, which is for the shirts, embroidery. I do almost everything to keep myself busy from this world, because this world will eat you alive. And for me to keep my sanity, I try to keep everything moving in a positive direction. And as it's moving in a positive direction, I'm making everything make sense. And I'm making everybody let me know if something that you want to like to learn, let me know. Or if you want to critique what I've done or have a better way of doing it, please let me know. I'm just here to serve our community with what I have to offer you. So pretty soon I'm going to take, I want to say I've been doing this for a while now. I'm going to start taking these little videos that I do. I'm going to put it through, I believe it's the Capto. It's a program where they're going to mash it up and give me some podcasts out of it. Because like I said, I want to share with everybody. I want to start my community. And right now, with you guys here on here representing and helping me out, but just watching, I am going to help grow it so I can get that sponsorship. I can get this thing so that I can keep this going. I want to get this going for the next 5 years. Keep me happy. This world is too hard for not to find some joy, and I find joy in helping people. So, Mr. Brogon, I would imagine it's Mr. Brogon. I appreciate you for showing up live, and it looked like you said you showed that like. I appreciate you. I want to send my love to everybody, and I'm gonna get better at this no matter what. It all depends on what y'all trying to do. Now the funny thing is, I'm gonna press this right here and watch this. I'm gonna press this. If I press process, it's gonna say process. Oh, it's waiting for the elements. So either way, like I said, all the settings that I use for this is just for cutting. 2 pieces of wood, and it cuts the wood for you. You can't go wrong with that. 1 piece of wood, you get a whole jig. You save yourself $20. Use that $20 to buy some more wood, so you can make a couple more, or use that $20 to buy some more materials. So I want to officially say I thank you all for showing up. I'm going to come up with a beginning, middle, and end on this, because it looks like I ramble on, because I have so much passion and love in my heart for this. So for this, I would like to say you have a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of y'all evening.